Step 6 of the setup checklist involves switching on the relevant student modules. These modules come free of charge as part of your license fee purchase from us for the software, and also the more you have switched on and the more you make use of, the more exciting, incentivising and informative the student's profile for Vivo Miles will become, which will keep them fully engaged and interested in the system. To go to the Modules Overview section to manage these modules, click on the Modules Overview menu option on the left hand side, and then each module has a Manage button on the right, so you can click on that. So the first one we offer is an SMS update, which is free of charge, where you can customise a text message to be sent once a month to the students, updating them on their account balance for Vivo Miles. To switch on this particular module, click on Manage on the right hand side and the Year Groups tab. Every module will have a Year Groups tab. You can click on Manage Permissions. Tick the year groups you wish to have access to this particular module, so this will switch the link onto the student's homepage for the SMS that they can click on and add their own mobile number themselves, so they opt into this individually. Clicking Update once completed and then back. That is now switched on, ready to go. The Users tab just gives you a bit of information on how many students have opted in to be sent the SMS, so you can gauge interest in this particular module. And the Configuration tab is where you can customise the message and switch the messaging options on. So tick Enable this module at the top. Populate the text that you'd like to see the students to be able to receive. So in this case, welcome to Cole Street High School's monthly Vivo Miles update. Congratulations, your account balance is, and then you need to incorporate this $D code into the text message there, which is replaced by the number of Vivos in the student's account. So that's the code you need to use in the text message. Once completed, click Update, and the system will confirm with you that the next SMS will be sent out on the 27th of the 10th 2011 at 6 PM in this case, and the SMS is sent out at the same date and time every month, the 27th of every month at 6 PM. So it's sent outside of school hours to ensure no distraction of students with their mobile phones in school. And this is now switched on, ready to go for you. No extra charge for any of these whatsoever, the text messages. Back to Modules Overview again, and the second module on offer is the Gold Club. This is where you can incentivise your students by setting up an exclusive club they can become a member of should they reach a certain number of Vivos. So say you set it as 1,000 for example. Once the student reaches 1,000 Vivos, we'll automatically send them a gold version of the Vivo card within 5 to 7 working days of receiving that notification that they've reached that amount that you've set. And then they can use that card to obtain their perks, and the perks to be in the Gold Club are set by the school itself. So some examples to set the perks that you could use for perks for the Gold Club include jumping the dinner queue or canteen queue at lunchtime when flashing your Gold card. You could allow the students to have access to a games room, have extra Vivos added to their account, have a non-uniform day once a month or once a week, perhaps have lunch with the head teacher. There's a few ideas for you just in case you're not sure of what to give for the Gold Club perks. Most of these ideas are used by our schools very successfully at the moment for their Gold Club. So once again, click on Manage on the right hand side, and in the Year Groups tab, go to Manage Permissions. Tick the year groups once again you want to have access to this, and click Update. And then clicking back, you have now the Users tab. In the Users tab, it will show you some information on how many students per year group are in the Gold Club, total number of students in the school, percentage there you can see of members in the club out of the whole school, number of potential members, so getting up close towards the amount that you've set, and you can click on a link there to view current and potential members in a report. The Configuration tab now, so you'll name the club there whatever you wish to name it. You might want to incorporate the school's name into it. Put the number of Vivos required, so for example 1,000. You don't want to make it too easy for them to attain, and you don't want to make it too hard as well, so somewhere in between depending on your budget capacity for Vivos and spending Vivos on rewards at the school. And then in the About section you'll populate the text in regards to what perks the students receive for the Gold Club. The next module now, going back to modules overview again on the left and down to league tables. This is a very easy module. It just displays league tables on the student's homepage, so they can click around and see top students in their school, year group, total altogether as well, and you can have totals or averages, and then in tutor group or house as well. So clicking on manage on the right hand side, you have the year groups again. Manage permissions and select those once again and click update, and then going to the settings tab, you can choose your totals or averages there. Choose when the league tables are to start from, the very start this school year, or a customised date range, and then you can tick and untick the league tables you do not wish these students to have access to. So if you don't want them to have access to gender leagues, for example, you can switch that off like so and click update. The league tables can be anonymous or display names, so if you want the students to be able to see the other students' names within the league tables as well as their own, you can tick the display names option down the bottom here and click update. Most schools do choose to have this option off just to avoid bullying in regards to the league tables, so if you do choose the anonymous feature for the league tables, when the student logs into their profile, they'll see their own name, should it be in the league table anywhere, and then everyone else around them will be user 1, user 2, user 3, etc. So there's complete anonymity there. In the league details tab, you can link through to the league tables, which is also a menu option right down the bottom here, so all teachers have access to league tables there to click around on those themselves. The league feeds option here is for the IT staff at your school who perhaps wish to incorporate the league tables into other applications or even the school website. So you can do this via HTML table, CSV or XML, so you can use those links there. That concludes the league tables module. So the next module, going to modules overview again on the left and down to word of the day now. The word of the day option is for schools that would like to populate a database of words and meanings, thoughts, themes, ideas. It's a bit of an inspirational section for the students, so you can populate this database of information and you can either manually or automatically rotate these records to appear on the student's page in the bottom right hand corner of their home page. So you can inspire them with perhaps some famous historian sayings or inspirational sayings from philosophers. Or you can perhaps put words and meanings, for example, to encourage greater vocabulary use amongst the students. Once again, manage on the right hand side and the year groups tab and manage permissions, and tick those year groups again. In the configuration section, you can name this particular module if you want it to be word of the day or word of the week or thought or theme of the week, for example, or month, so you can name that however you wish to. You can choose the automatic rotation, so if you want it to never rotate, rotate on a daily, weekly or fortnightly basis. Choose that accordingly and click update. And then to the about tab, and this is where you'll populate your database of words and meanings, so clicking on the browse words link there. And up the top here, you'll see add words, so click on add words. So you can add the words via a CSV file, which is simply just a spreadsheet saved as a CSV, separated values file type. So you could have the word in one column and the meaning in the second column, and that can then be uploaded into the system quite easily. So it's a great way to mass populate the database quite quickly using a spreadsheet. Or you can add the words and meanings individually at the bottom of the page. So I'm going to add a simple word and meaning now to show you what it will look like. Click add once you've added the text required, and then we'll go back there, and that displays on the database option list there, and you can click the plus sign to drop the menu down to see the meaning, and then to manually add the word and meaning to the student's page, you can check the circle in the WOD column and you can click update, and this will be the word and meaning or thought, theme, idea, inspirational saying that will appear on the student's page. It's a great way to inspire the students as a little extra option in the system. You can edit this record then individually, or you can delete it out completely. That concludes word of the day. The next module, going back to modules overview once again and down to the Vivo shop. So you'll need to switch this on in order for students to access the shop to spend their Vivos. And in here once again the year group tab, manage permissions and switch that on. In the configuration tab, you can choose who the shop manager might be and click update and populate the introduction section if you wish for perhaps information on students in regards to the school's shop policy or Vivo shop policy. So do the students come and collect their goods from the school office on a Friday afternoon? Will their form tutor hand them out to them? So make sure you give them as much information as you can about how the Vivo shop will work at your school. You have your menu options at the top then, so you've got view order history, and this will show your orders that have come in from the students for the Vivo shop. You'll notice the status column on the right hand side. This will show you 4 different statuses for any particular order. You'll have the ordered status, which is when the student has just ordered the item, of course, and at this stage they are still able to cancel the order. You'll have picked status, which means that the item is being picked and packed ready for dispatch. You'll have dispatched, which means the item is on its way to the school for the student in the post. And you'll have, of course, the last menu option, status option for an order, which is cancelled, which means the student has cancelled the order after placing it. Going back to the Vivo shop, you'll also have view current orders here, view products below a certain quantity level. If you click on the browse selected products item, we'll see an item here in the shop. So if you want to remove that item, you can just click on remove from catalogue, and are you sure OK in order to do that. You can also go to the browse all available products section. So clicking on that, you can add your own product here as well. So clicking on add a new product. So you name the product there, detailed description and detailed information there of the item, a reference number if you wish to put a reference number there. You must upload an image for the item, so use Google Images for a picture related to this particular item you're adding to the school shop. Or if not, you can use a picture of a school logo, but you must upload an image for an item, otherwise it won't go into the shop. Number in stock there, so you can limit the number of stock required for this particular item if you only have a few vouchers, and you can restrict the list as well. So if you do not wish students to have access to a particular item in a year group, so if it's a year 10 prom discount voucher, for example, you can deny that to other year groups. So when they log into the Vivo shop, they won't be able to see that item. It'll only be accessible by year 10 because that product relates to that year group. Click upload once you've added the details required, and then clicking back, the item will then appear in the products you supply list here, and this will come through, and you'll need to click on the name of the item then, and then add the Vivos you wish to charge for this item, and you can confirm to add it to the Vivo shop then. Your account manager will provide you with follow-up information after your training session, which will have a step-by-step PDF guide on this particular module to show you how to set up your own or add your own items to the school shop for purchase. The next module is the Extra Earners module. This is where staff have the option to request help from students or request the students to attend an after-school class in return for some extra Vivos. So switching this on will allow access for all staff. The staff member posts their advertisement and the student attends according to the details given by the staff member, and then it's up to that staff member then to be fully responsible for that advertisement and award students that attend accordingly out of their own weekly allocation. So they'll need to be mindful of the Vivos they're offering for this particular advertisement they're placing, and that those Vivos, when rewarding the students for their Extra Earners offer, will still come out of their weekly allocation. Clicking on Manage once again on the right, and you go into the Year Groups tab and Manage Permissions once again, and just selecting those year groups once again and clicking Update if you wish the ones you wish to have access to this particular module. So this will switch on the link where they'll be able to click on the advertisements and view them on their homepage. The current offers tab is where teachers will go to add their particular offers, so they can click on the extra earners menu option here on the left and click add offer when they're in the current offers tab. So they can title the offer there, they can add a detailed description of the particular event on offer, whether it's an after school class or perhaps help with litter picking or doing some filing, for example. Instructions to the students, so where to meet and what time, for example, number of Vivos on offer, and the expiry date of the offer, so the offer can be run for a few days, a week, a month, a full school year, however long the teacher wishes to. And you can target particular year group audiences here at the bottom as well if you wish to. Clicking add once completed, the offer will be added to the list here, so as an admin user you can keep an eye on all offers there and see what teachers offering what to students, and that's ready to go. Then they can manage that themselves and award the students accordingly. Okay, the next module going down after extra earners, the last one there that is free of charge is the fundraising module. So this is where you can add events to the Vivo website for students to be able to donate their Vivos to. So you can add your favourite local or even international charity organisation if you wish to. So clicking on manage on the right hand side, and in the year groups tab once again manage those permissions and switch that on for all year groups to have access to any events that you add to the system. In the about tab it just gives you a little bit of information about this particular module and how many events have been added, raising a total of how many Vivos. To add an event you can simply go to the add event tab on the right hand side, and you add the event name here, so Red Nose Day for example 2011, and in the intro we'll have the same name, just put the name again because this will appear on the small icon on the student's homepage that they will click on to go into donate their Vivos to their charity. The coordinator, so you can pick a particular teacher if you want to be responsible for the event you're adding. You can target year group and house audiences if you wish to, if you have houses in the system as well, so you can target those. Click add once completed, and that will add the basic event details to the events tab here. So you'll see Red Nose Day 2011 added here. And you can click on the name of the event, and that's where you can come in and edit the event then. So if you click on edit this event, this is where you can add the text, so you'll add the event title, the introduction details, the coordinator, the overview, so a bit of main body text there about the particular event. You can put a target if you want to set a target for the particular event to reach. You can put the telephone number and email address and website details for students to find out more information about that particular charity, and once again choosing your target year group audiences and houses. So if you want to let the whole school have access to the event to be able to donate to it, you should be ticking everyone there. Click update once completed, and that will add the main text there, and then you can edit the images at the top as well. So clicking on edit images is where you can add the main body image that we saw when we were in the event, and also the icon image, so just a small image there that will appear on the student's homepage for the link where they log in to donate. So as it specifies there, 50 pixels square for the icon image and a maximum of 635 pixels wide for the main image there. And then once completed the text and images, you will click on activate the event, which will appear up the top here. This event is currently already activated, so once it's activated you'll have the suspend event button there appear. So while it's activated the students can donate away, and you can monitor that particular event by going to the events page, and the events page will show right at the bottom of the page any donations that are made, so you'll be able to keep an eye on the donations. So it'll have the donations here, statistics by year group as well and by house, so you can see number of Vivos donated from each year group and house for that particular event, so you can keep an eye on those. Once you finish running the event for as long as you wish to, click suspend event so that the students can no longer donate to the event, and let your account manager know that you've completed this, and we can organise a cheque to be sent out to you. So we'll reimburse you for the Vivos donated, as you've already prepaid the Vivos in your account and these are being donated to charity. And a cheque will be sent to the school to reimburse you, and then the school is then responsible to pass the payment on to the charity organisation. You can do that at your leisure that way. So that concludes the fundraising module, and that concludes all of our modules that are free of charge as part of your licence fee. There are only two at the bottom here that we do charge for, just in regards to using these particular areas and buying the coupons and certificates for these particular modules. You can still use these modules yourself if you wish to, using your own certificates or coupons, but we do offer professionally printed Vivo certificates and coupons for purchase. So the first one is the certificate section, so you can click on manage. You don't need to switch this on. This is purely where you can produce certificates for awarding students for achieving a particular amount of Vivos. You might want to award them a certificate at an awards night or an assembly, for example. So you can have the school name here. So we're going into manage and clicking on the fields you wish to fill in, so school name, date, choose the year groups you want to reward a certificate to. So you could say, for example, year 8 and 9 students between the 5th of September and the 31st of October that have achieved 1,000 Vivos. When you click on generate, this will produce a PDF file pulling through all students in these year groups between those dates that have achieved that amount of Vivos. And then you can just pop the certificates you purchased from us into your printer and print the PDF file straight onto those certificates ready for rewarding. The certificates come in bundles of approximately 90 for £14.99 plus VAT. And if you wish to order any of those, contact your account manager via email and they'll be able to organise any packs of those you require to be sent out to you. Okay, and the last module now to run through is the coupons. So the coupons is the same concept. You generate the data on the website and you can create these for a particular user, so a particular teacher at school. And it's great for sort of PE teachers, teachers patrolling the playground at break time, teachers taking students on a school trip, where they don't have access to a pen and paper, perhaps to write down who they want to reward in their class, or when they're outdoors, they don't have access to a computer, for example. So you can issue coupons to students for any particular category in your system, and they can be issued to students for them to take onto the website and redeem at a later stage. They'll use a unique code on the coupon in order to redeem that coupon on the website. So clicking on manage, you'll need to switch on the link so that the students will be able to redeem their coupon on their home page, and then there'll be a separate section to create and manage the credits. So that's switched on now, ready for them. And coming up to the credit management section here now, click on that there. This is what the coupons will look like once printed. So you can click on create new credits at the top of the page. I'd recommend using the print for single user option. That way you can print it for an individual teacher and keep an eye on them and manage their credit books individually. So we'll pick Richard Williams in this case. And we're going to create Richard a book of coupons for good behaviour that he can hand out in the playground or in the schoolyard. So you can make redeem a choice an option as well, so this will leave the vouchers blank, so you can produce these for any particular amount of Vivos you like. You can customise it for any amount you like, and then when printing the vouchers it will say that it is issued from this particular teacher's name. However, it won't say for what reason, it'll just be blank. So the teacher might have a pen in their pocket in the playground and they've got a pack of coupons worth 10 Vivos, and they can write on the coupon then quickly for something they see, such as good behaviour or anything like that in the playground. But to create them for a particular category in your system, you can choose the category, so good behaviour for example. The system knows that this is defaulted to 10 Vivos. There are 12 coupons per page, so you can do half a page there, full page, 2 pages and so on. So we're going to produce 2 pages worth, so this will be a total of 240 Vivos worth of coupons here. So you click create once completed, and the credit book is then being created, and we'll open that up and you'll see what the credits look like. And the same concept, you purchase the blank credit coupons from us, so they come in packs of 90 as well, approximately, with 12 coupons per page. So it's 90 sleeves of coupons for $14.99 as well, £14.99 plus VAT. And so it's about 1,080 coupons altogether approximately. And you place those blank coupons, the Vivo printed coupons, into the printer at your school and just print this particular PDF file out onto those. And then you can perforate those and hand them out to staff then. So this is what they look like here. And then Mr. Williams can hand those out for good behaviour. The student takes them online and redeems them using the unique code, and that will give them 10 Vivos from Mr. Williams for good behaviour then, showing in their transaction history. Remembering that when Mr. Williams is giving these out, that the Vivos will come out of his weekly allocation. So the week that the student redeems the coupon on the website is the week that those Vivos will come out of that teacher's weekly allocation, or their weekly budget that you've allocated them. So they need to be mindful when they're handing these out that the Vivos will still come out of that allocation. So they don't want to be handing out more than what their weekly budget is, just in case. You'll notice in the finance section that when we produce those coupons, the 240 Vivos has now come out of the main school account and it goes into the reserve section. So the reserve section will hold those Vivos until so when the students go and redeem the coupons on the website, they're there ready to go. If you need to cancel credit books for a particular teacher, for example, so say Richard only gave out 1 page of those vouchers, but the other page was lost or he didn't want to use them anymore, you could cancel that credit book, and that would only cancel the credits that are unredeemed. So any students that have redeemed the other vouchers that were given out, they will be fine. They'll still remain on the student's page in their transaction history. So you can go to credit management and click on cancel credit books, and we'll choose Richard Williams from the issuer, and you'll see there the system populates the book 1 that we created before. So you can click on cancel book and confirm that by clicking OK, and that book of credits is now being cancelled. So coming back to the finance budget section, you'll see now the 240 Vivos has been removed from the reserve section and back into the main school account. There will be a step-by-step guide on this section as well, showing you how to create and manage credits for your school, credit coupons, and that will come through from your account manager with their follow-up email after the training session. That concludes our modules overview section now, and I do hope you find this quite inspiring, incentive and informative for the students, and I do recommend that you have as many of these on as you can to ensure that the students are fully engaged and enjoying Vivo Miles.